coming along.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's somebody out there like a Zasa or somebody who can get to that next level. I mean, around the time that BMR2 happened, Zasa was kind of looking like the next Hungrybox, had a victory over Cobalt, victory over some very high-level people in the Southeast, but radio silence since then, and also COVID put a damper on a lot of people's upcomings, rather, you know?
Michael 41 Billion, another one that comes to mind.
Of course, yeah.
That's an enigma. More than Jigglypuff as a character is an enigma.
Michael 41 Billion, yeah. No Melee player has more contention around them than Michael 41 Billion in terms of his placing on people's rankings. But here we are.
Yeah, if you've been watching net play, you've definitely seen the true tag before, because this man's Dawson is a absolute grinder. Ooh. Clearly on the grind. Gets a nice little DI read there, and one heck of a punish. And this is the character that, if you're good, if you got a good, decent punish game or a mind for coming up with creative punishes, no one rewards you like Puff. I would say Dawson is one of the, at least even results-wise, like more improved players that I've noticed recently, because there's somebody who throughout all of COVID had a very distinct, strong level. They didn't lose to many people. They were like quote-unquote seated under them, etc.
Yeah.
But then recently in the last 3 months or so, I feel like has surpassed a personal plateau and has been taking sets off of some very strong people and just a lot more consistent runs that before, to me, I would be like, that is a really good Dawson run. Has now become the standard in the last 3 months. So I'm excited to see what they start doing more here on land. Had a really good run at Genesis as well.
Yeah, I was about to say active, and you know, being active is huge. You know, I think there's a lot of people who came up, their names became known through this net play era as like, oh, this guy's a net play monster. You know, a lot of people that I'm talking to here at this tournament are talking about Sidward, who's also from the same city as I am and plays the same character as me, but is such a net play monster that people, like, he's kind of notorious. Yeah. But here we have Dawson, who was kind of in that same boat and is now making a splash at live LAN events, like you were saying. And there is that little bit of difference, but the results, the stakes, everything's higher. It requires a higher level. It's you're not in the comfort of your spinny chair at your house. You know, you're here in the venue where there are so many X factors at play.
Yeah, most definitely.
But showing no troubles here with Ken is Dawson,
another one
who takes a 3-stock there.
That one
very cleanly.
Count. Right now, Dawson going in his notepad, adding 1 check mark. Another stock rested. It's like, okay, +3.
Yoshi's will be the counter pick for Ken. Smart move. Dawson
playing this pretty little aggressively, kind of like a DD style. If anyone's familiar with the Puff DD,
of course,
on the stage, they love Yoshi's story. They play a really heavy forward air game, and that was a CPU 0-esque rest. That was disgusting. Beautiful reaction from Dawson.
No tech instant reaction rest by Dawson.
That's the future of Puff.
That is definitely some good Puff play.
Yeah, more and more Puff players have been willing to, pull the trigger and accentuate some of these advantages that Puff has, saying, hey, if you are going to play against my weaknesses so unapologetically, then I'm just going to let it rip against you and take these stocks when you do not think there's an opportunity for it to happen.
Right. I mean, for every one rest Dawson or a guy like Hungrybox or someone like Zasa hits on someone, there's 1,000 that we don't see before that they missed. You know, they learned how to get those punishes, and they're taking that risk, and it's a big risk on Puff. But when you're already up a game and up a stock, you can afford to take some risk.
Makes your opponent rethink a lot of options that they'll go for too. If you hit them with a certain rest, you start making players play around rest rather than playing well against Jigglypuff.
That was almost, I was about to say he's about to read a tech roll here. I think that's smart by Ken to just kind of, let me get out of here.
Get out of dodge.
Reset this situation a little bit. There you go. Fishes for the bear, gets the strong one from neutral.
On the other side, when they get out of dodge, that's a good episode of Breaking Bad.
Yes.
When they reset it.
There's only one bad one. It's the fly one, and that's the one we're trapped in here at the venue here. And
not quite. There's one of the 1,000 we were talking about earlier. One of the many missed rests.
Missed rest opportunity there for Dawson, and the lead grows just a little narrower, but still seems monumental here for Ken as we go down the home stretch in this set.
Shined off. Just let him get it. There's some players who seem very comfortable trying to
especially in a situation like this, try and mess with Puff out there and see if they can get something started early, some sort of, again, a couple shines here, but a lot of others. I've noticed that's a very stylistic choice. Some people just totally let Puff on as well, and yeah, Dawson too.
Quick 2 donut for Dawson. Making it look easy on the Puff with the headband and all.
Yeah, Dawson's going to be a threat in this bracket moving forward.
Yeah, certainly. And it's like, this is one of those tournaments where if you're somebody on Dawson's or let's say Calvar's level, for instance, this is a tournament where you can really make a big statement. Because yes, there are some of the kings of the game here. Some of the highest level black belts of Melee are here. But after you get past those